Hello and welcome to today's concept. Today we will look at a concept I like to call prioritizing the center. It is a defensive concept. It can be carried out by any player on the pitch, but today we're going to look at it from a fullback's perspective. What is important for a fullback when it comes to prioritizing the center? What does that entail? What do they have to give up? And what do they have to prioritize? So without further ado, let's look at these three examples. I have two examples of this concept being done badly so that we can look at it and learn. And I have one example of this concept being done well. So let's get into it. So here, if I pause here, if you look at the Manchester City back line, here we have the right centre back, then we have the left centre back. We can see the left back as well, but the right back, Kyle Walker, is nowhere to be seen. And the ball is just 30-35 yards away from goal. Right? So ideally, in this situation, you need your back line to be compact. When the opposition has the ball to 25-30 yards from goal, you need your back line and your right back to be somewhere here. So why is Kyle Walker out of this picture? Let's find out what's going on here. So again, let's look at Kyle Walker's positioning again. What is he focusing on and what is he giving up? Because obviously there is a opportunity cost for every decision that you make. Kyle Walker's focus was Raheem Sterling. He wanted to make sure the ball doesn't reach him. But in doing that, he gave up the most integral, the most important part of the pitch, and that is the central areas. You cannot give up the central areas. This line that I'm drawing here from the 6-yard box of the goalkeeper's area all the way through to the middle of the field, you cannot give that up just to mark one player, because the goal is in the middle. You have to prioritize the middle. What if I remove these lines? Let me show you an instance. What if the ball is played here by Enzo Fernandez and Raheem Sterling can get onto it from behind Kyle Walker's back? Is that a more dangerous pass in your opinion? Or what if, let's say Kyle Walker is standing here, all right, and Raheem Sterling is standing here. And what if the pass is played by Enzo Fernandez from here to here, to the feet of Raheem Sterling? So, which is the most dangerous pass? Obviously, it should be the first one, because in that way, Raheem Sterling is getting behind the fullback and in through on goal. That is what ideally you wish to prevent. Here, the main concept that we have to focus on is prioritizing which is the most dangerous action and preventing that, stopping that from happening. So Kyle Walker had two choices to make. One was prioritizing the center, or to allow the ball out wide, allow a pass out wide, and then he could easily come back and try and prevent the cross. That is the lesser of the two dangerous options. In fact, if we go back and look at Manchester City's positioning, they have left the center open a bit too much. You look at this player here, I believe maybe it's Conor Gallagher, and Raheem Sterling, again, he sees the pace, the experience that Raheem Sterling has. He sees the space between Ruben Dias and Kyle Walker, and he tries to exploit it. If Enzo Fernandez could have found him, Raheem Sterling was looking to receive this ball through the middle from Enzo Fernandez. Now let's look at another example. And now this is, I don't know what's wrong with the English fullbacks now, but this is Reece James that we're going to focus on now. If I just pause here, look at Reece James' positioning. He's standing here and he's trying to prioritize Alejandro Garnacho and stop the ball from reaching him. But as soon as this pass is played from Maguire to Reguilon, now in this situation, once he sees this pass played and Manchester United is progressing right through the middle, he should not be focused on Garnacho now. He should ideally be here and trying to stop the progression of Sergio Reguilon, and he should be trying to prevent any kind of 1-2 pass, any kind of progression, because he could pass here and then try and receive a 1-2 pass. He has to be compact, he has to be narrow, he has to try and stop Manchester United from progressing through the middle. That is the key. You have to prioritize the center. If Reece James was standing here, closer to his right centre back, he would have allowed this pass to go wide to Garnacho, and then he has the option of going to him and trying to prevent the cross that is eventually going to come in. Initially, there is the mistake of not prioritizing the center, and then even after that, he failed to prevent the cross from coming in by being very slow to go and press Garnacho. Alright, so let's look at a third example, and this is an example of this concept being well done, and I can't believe I'll be focusing on Marc Cucurella for this example. Let's look at this usually error-prone Spanish fullback, but what he does here is very well, because he has the option of either sticking close to Phil Foden here, or he has the option of trying to prevent Manchester City's progression through the middle. And that's what he does. He stays as close as possible. It can be argued that he could be even closer to Thiago Silva, but this is a relatively good distance considering how far away Manchester City is from goal. So he keeps his position, he holds his position relatively narrow in the line. And now once the ball is played to Phil Foden, now he goes close to him and tries to face him up 1v1. So this is a much better decision from a fullback than the two previous examples that we saw. Because the alternative for Marc Cucurella was, for example, Cucurella is here, but what if he was this close to Phil Foden and trying to just prevent the pass and forgetting about the central pass? So Phil Foden could have run through the middle, right through the heart of the City defense, the Chelsea defense, and received this pass from Rodri, and that would have hurt Chelsea more. So for any young players watching here, you have to, as the defender, you have to prioritize the central areas first. You may think that I'm very good, I can take the ball off the attacker, but if your positioning is not right, the team is already at a disadvantage. So get your positioning right, and everything else, the probabilities of a dangerous situation happening will already become low. Your first priority should be your positioning and preventing a dangerous situation from taking place in the first place. So thank you again for watching. Hopefully I was able to help you in learning something new. If you have any questions, any suggestions, any tips for me, please do let me know. I would really appreciate them. If you're watching this on YouTube, please don't forget to like, subscribe, or comment if you have any questions. And thank you so much again for just watching.